Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is the Quest for Survival Hardcore Ironman series and we're on episode 28 now. It's been a little while since I've done a hardcore Ironman episode and I'll make sure to get back into the routine of doing these more often. This episode is all about Slayer, clues and invention. So let's get into it. Starting this episode off with some Slayer, I got to 83 with a Greater Demons task. After the Greater Demons, I got the first ever Ascension member task on this account. Ascension members are pretty decent because you're going to want to get the keys eventually anyway if you're going to go for Ascensions. I feel like Ascensions are quite a safe option for a hardcore Ironman to get as a tier 90, but I may just go racks instead. I'll have to wait until I get that far. Either way, I AoE'd them down with Soul Split and they weren't too bad at all. Pretty decent tasks, very quick to do, and they give you a fair few different things to disassemble for Invention. Like the Addy swords and stuff are pretty decent. Sadly, I didn't actually get any key drops, but I did get to 79 range on these. Another task that isn't too bad for Ironmen is grot worms. They do drop a lot of rune items that you can either disassemble for some parts or alch for some money. Depending on what you need at the time, they're both decent choices. And as I'm going for 95 prayer, I'll alch as much as I can in order to get the last level that I need. They're not too bad range experience either. The task does take a little while, but with a split dragon tooth necklace, I get infinite soul split, which makes it super easy to do. It's probably one of the more chill tasks. Most tasks are getting way more chill nowadays now that I have soul split and now that my stats are getting higher. Slayer's getting to that point where it's more enjoyable and more chill. Slayer also gives you a ton of clues, and I really enjoy clues on my Ironman, so it works out perfectly. I got a U comp bow. It's a fortunate component, but I have a reroll. Let's reroll it into nothing. I rerolled it into 4 costume skipping tickets. I killed 2 gargoyles at the same time. One dropped a hard clue scroll, the other one dropped a hard clue scroll. Like, what one do I pick up? Which one's got the die? Which one's got the die? I got 3 on the floor. What the hell? Oh my god. With those crystal keys I used on the Ironworth chest, during the hour you get some Motherload More shards. You can use 10 on this guy every single day to get a Motherload More reward. He gave me some Manifest Shadow Cores, so I went and converted them. They're actually decent divination experience, so it's not the worst reward I could have got. And it also gave me 2 light cores in order to make some light creatures eventually as well. Hey, some more Fashionscape, boys. I got a black dragon mask. That's actually really cool. I still think the Robin Hood hat's better, but hey, that's another unique fortunate component for my tab, even if I don't wear it. Oh my god, I got another Robin Hood hat. I got a Robin Hood hat and a U combo in the same clue. And so that's 2 fortunate components, but I got a second Robin. I got a Black Demon task. I really don't like doing these, but I can use stackable urns for some prayer XP, and it got me to 80 range, so I can't really complain. Another good hard clue. I got 3 Guffix page 2s and a fortunate component in the same one. Thank you, RNG. After doing a little bit more thieving, I managed to get to 101 and get some more GP for prayer. While doing this little bit of extra thieving past 99, I managed to complete my full camouflage outfit, which will allow me to teleport to any clan now, which is really going to help with the AFK-ness of thieving. Using up the GP from Slayer and from thieving, I managed to get 95 prayer. Really chuffed with 95 prayer, as that is a big goal done. The Ironman really is getting stronger by the day. It was time for me to AFK some fishing, so I made some Rodomatics, then headed off to Menethos. Make sure you definitely put honed and furnace perks into your gathering tools. It speeds up experience an hour by so much. Because I've got the full Fury Shark outfit, I just made the Shark outfit consume the fish. My cooking level is quite a lot ahead of my fishing level, and when I get round to doing cave fish, I'll be cooking those anyway, so then the cooking level will come up from that. I really don't feel like banking these all the time. I'd rather just AFK and do stuff for videos and on the main while doing this. I kind of want to get 60 invention so I can at least siphon stuff, so if I go back to mining or woodcutting, I'll be able to siphon at level 12. While fishing in Menethos, I managed to find Squeck the squid pet. It's nothing too amazing, but it is a cool looking squid, and I guess it's another pet for the collection, so I can't really argue with actually receiving it. I think it's a pretty common drop, but I'm not 100% sure. One thing I forgot while fishing was urns, so I quickly went to Prif and made myself loads and loads of decorated fishing urns so I can AFK with a bit more experience. Urns just increase experience rates by a flat 20%, so it's really worth using them. Skills like fishing with urns is really good because it's a fairly slow skill, so any speeding up you can do is great. Once I spun and fired loads of urns, all I had to do was add water runes to them to make them ready. It's really nice and easy adding water runes to urns now that they stack, because you can just bring out the urns, click them, make them, bring out the urns, click them, make them, and you don't even need a preset. After making the urns, it was back to doing the fishing grind. I leveled my Rodomag to level 10 and I disassembled it, and it got me to 43 Invention. Then I went back to doing a little bit more Slayer now that I didn't have to AFK. I did 1 or 2 Slayer tasks, there wasn't anything impactful, so there wasn't really anything to show. Just the average Slayer stuff, but it did get my Augmented Sun Spear up to level 10. I disassembled my Augmented Sun Spear and got to 51 Invention. A really cool thing with the Sun Spear, if you go to where Drizzle was in Canathis, there's a new guy there standing there where you can claim your items back from. One of the items you can claim back is your Sun Spear. It costs 600k to get back, and then it just gives you a brand new Sun Spear which you can augment. This is really awesome because I can disassemble my Sun Spears every single time for over 500k experience each at level 10, then just go to this guy, buy it back for 600k and get a new really cheap tier 78 weapon. For Ironmen, this is amazing. The reason why I really like the Sun Spear is because you use it with everything. So you augment it and you can use it with range, mage or melee and level it up. So no matter what you're doing for Slayer, whether it's water fiends like I'm doing right now, or whether it's metallic dragons with mage, or gargoyles with mage, or hellhounds with melee, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm leveling up that Sun Spear to level 10. Either way, I got 81 range on this water fiends task and another clue. I got a Bandos page for... Yes, so I'm getting more and more pages towards my actual books, and then hopefully I can get one complete book. It'd be nice. With super anti-fires, Iron Dragons aren't even a bad task. They don't give the most experience in the world, but they're so quick to kill and they're over so quickly, there's no point in wasting points to skip them because they're a task that give you some easy and quick points. I still need the Slayer points in order to learn how to make a full Slayer helm when I get my focus sight and the ability to make Slayer rings. They'll help for enhancing components as well. Feels bad, man, when you've done a couple of parts of a clue and you're closing in on the reward and then it gives you a wilderness one. Now I have to wait until I get a new clue scroll. Finishing up with Slayer for now, I got to 84 Slayer, so only 1 level until I can start using Morvran, and I disassembled another Sun Spear for level 54 Invention. I had to AFK some more, which means it was time to go do some more fishing. This means I had to make loads more Rodomatics. In order to make Rodomatics, I need Swift components. Claws are a really good way for Swift components, and I had tons of steel bars in the bank to make into steel claws. Steel claws obviously aren't the best for Swift components, but I've already made all my myth claws and addy claws, so these will have to do. I was able to make around 1,000 steel claws though, so that's going to be a lot of Swift components once they're all disassembled. You also need a fair amount of base parts and stuff like that, so I went on a shop run to the Warriors Guild in order to get loads of base parts from all of the weapons there. Going back to make the Rodomatics, I was able to make 6 Rodomatics now. 6 Rodomatics should last me a long time while fishing, and that should allow me to get a lot of AFK in before needing to make some more. It was back to Menethos to do some fishing to get to 90 fishing. Once I'm level 90, I'll probably move on to some cave fish because I need them for some PVM. Cave fish is probably the most consistent food you can fish for PVM. So I'm going to fish as many of those as I can so I can start getting on the bossing grind soon. I disassembled a Rodomatic for level 57 Invention. So only 3 levels to go until I can start siphoning things as well. Taking a short break from fishing, I wanted to do something else that's really good for PVM when I get there as well, and that's the Sears Village tasks. I can do up to the hard to get the enhanced excalibur, but I can't get the better healing until I've done the elites. The hard task excalibur is still really good because it heals the same amount, it just doesn't heal for as long. So it's still worth getting and it's still going to be better than a piece of food when I'm bossing. Doing the Sears Village task was so boring though, especially the ones where you had to get the archery tickets and stuff. It's just really long and tedious. But in the end, it's all worth it. I grinded through all the tasks from easy to hard, and I enhanced my excalibur, so now I can heal myself with it when it comes to actually doing PvM. It's going to be helpful all round. It's going to be helpful for Slayer, for bossing, for whatever I do really. Definitely a very good thing to unlock as early as possible. Right, this task is probably one of the most scariest things I've done on this account. Elves are so unpredictable and they can hit super hard. I'd had them as a Slayer task and I wanted to get some really good XP to get to 85 Slayer. So I went to do the elves in the Ironworth district. These elves can hit really hard and their bleeds is super annoying. As long as I use anticipate so I don't get stunned, and I use freedom as soon as they bleed me and stuff like that, I'm fine. But I always get really spooked out whenever they bleed me or whenever they hit me hard. It's just one of those tasks where when you're doing it on your main, if you AFK too hard, you're dead. Granted though, I do it with an aggression pot on my main, so it is a lot more dangerous then. But even just killing a couple at the same time, only wearing subjugation and lunas, it's still pretty scary. But it's all good because we didn't die and we actually got to 85 Slayer, so we've unlocked Morvran. Next time I do Slayer, it's going to be awesome. Morvran is going to help so much with really good tasks, and hopefully I can get an Abbey Demon task now that I'm 85 as well. Adding those Abyssal Demons to the prefer list as soon as possible will be really good. After getting 85 Slayer, it was time to AFK again. I got to 90 fishing at Menethos, which then allowed me to move to the Living Rock Caverns. If you have baitless fishing unlocked in your aquarium, which I do, you don't have to use any bait while catching cavefish. All I did is went to the Living Rock Caverns with my Fury Shark outfit, which means nothing was aggressive to me, and I took signs of the porter and my fishing urns. I was able to send all of the cavefish to the bank with my porters, and it made it super AFK. I really want to stock up on loads of cavefish for bossing, and then I'll have loads of cavefish for all of the bosses I want to do, and loads of sharks for the Slayer. This will be my life for a little while. Anyway, that's it for this video. Do give it a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new for loads of future content all related to Runescape 3. My Twitter and my Discord links are in the description if you want to check out either of those, and until next time, see ya.